but it was really my pastor, Pastor Claiborne Lee, who was also a Morehouse man, who really was like, yo, I want you to check out Morehouse. And I'm not gonna lie, when I first went to go visit the house, stepping on that campus, my mom kind of messed up. She messed up because she sent me over to Georgia Tech at first. Sent me over to Georgia Tech. So I'm looking at all those amenities, and then, I go to the house, and I'm like, okay, Mom, I have the opportunity to go here, but you telling me that I need to, focus on here, because, when you really step onto, Morehouse campus, actually, and really look at it coming from a perspective of going and seeing all the technology and all the amenities from, a PWI such as Georgia Tech, it kind of screws your mindset a little bit. But, I want to just give a major shout out to my pastor again to really instill that spirit, right? That spirit of the Morehouse mystique into me before I even was really enrolled in there to really change my lens. And it was one night where I was like, yo, Ma, I need another flight, go back out there. And she gave me a red eye. We went back out there. I stepped on that campus again. I was like, nah, this is where I need to be. So I ended up going to Morehouse, majored in physics and mathematics. And then right after that, ended up going to Duke and becoming the first African-American to graduate with my master's in BME. And
yeah, I just want to make sure we highlight that, because, this is 2020, right? So, and the first Black person went to Duke, 50 years ago, right?
Mm-hmm. An undergrad, yeah. The first
so out of any
class,
yeah. So, but you're the first African American or Black man, I should say, to graduate from that program in Duke's history, right?
Yeah. Master's in BME. That's
amazing.
Right. Mm-hmm.
That's amazing, man. Congratulations. And salute to you for that.
Tell the people what BME. Tell the people what BME means.
So BME is biomedical engineering. So it's taking the biomedical sciences and connecting it to, the aspects of engineering. I'm currently still in that field, more specifically in regenerative medicine and tissue engineering. So yeah, that's where we rock.
Oh man, that's amazing, man. That's definitely dope, man. So, and you said you came aboard BREAUX Capital when you saw what they were building, and you knew them. You're a Morehouse man, and you saw what happened. You jumped aboard right away, and you've been rocking ever since, right?
Yeah, man. I've been rocking ever since, man. And really, like, 2017 was really just a unique time for me. I didn't really go into depth about, more on the aspect of my background and how, I was kind of caught into, the intersectionality and of, living in different cultures. And, I gave a little bit of background of how I moved to different cities, experienced different cultures, but I didn't necessarily hone in on the fact that, my parents really raised me to live in that duality. And what I mean by that duality is that growing up, I was really always only the Black kid, in my class, in my neighborhoods. I grew up in the suburbs, but my parents always made sure I was in the inner cities, whether it was inner city sports, whether my friend groups, my circles, my social circles outside of academics was always in the inner city. In high school, I was, the only Black kid in AP classes. So, come lunchtime, I had to say bye to my homies and I had to go to class, you feel me? And I really didn't only got to see them during lunch or, on that sports field. I played basketball, baseball, and football growing up. So I always had to kind of straddle both worlds. And it wasn't really until, I went to Morehouse, and this was really another reason why I went to Morehouse, because I really wanted to finally be able to embed myself, not only just on the social construct and on the quote unquote, the sports world with my people, but I wanted to study with my people. I wanted to get that academic viability with my people, right? Morehouse was the first chance that I got there. And then going to Duke after Morehouse, I found myself back in that middle ground of straddling both worlds, where I'm in classes, I'm on a campus where it's not, a lot of people that look like me, that, that think like me, that's, embedded in the same cultural aspects that I'm in on the academic side. right? But I was spending most of my time in North Carolina Central. I am a part of Omega Psi Phi, so I was over there with my brothers from Tall Psi, you know, every day after class, right? Just so I can just feel with my people.
How difficult was that though? How difficult was that when you're as accomplished as you are? Obviously, you're a bright young man, but that culture difference and having to study with folks that don't look like you. How difficult was that for you?
Man, it was difficult. It was definitely difficult. Definitely, you know, being at Duke, man. And it's let me just say this, Duke has really come a long way. And, you know, because I was able to kind of pave that path at Duke, they start to see, you know, the experiences that, you know, Black students experience there, man. There was times where, you know, I wasn't really accepted into, you know, study groups. I didn't really get those resources that, you know, that was afforded to a lot of students because of my differences, man. I remember specifically one time I went and I was taking a neuroscience class, and I was asking, you know, we had study groups for this, and I was like, hey, y'all about to, you know, have a study group tonight. And it was like, we're gonna let you know. Right. So it's coming around, you know, about, you know, 8 p.m., 9 p.m. I'm hitting the chat. I'm like, yo, are y'all meeting up to study? Nobody's responding. So I'm like, all right, I'm about to just go study on my own. I go to the library and I run into the study group, and they have pretty much everything outlined on the board. Right. So it's stuff like that, right. It's things like that, man. And then also, you know, there was some instances where, you know, I'm trying to get some help from, you know, the TA, or trying to get some help from a professor or whatnot. And, you know, one time one of the professors told me, was like, yo, where did you go to school? You should know this stuff. Right. And I'm like, I thought you was my teacher. You supposed to be teaching me this. Right. That's why I'm here. And he's expecting me to already kind of know that. So it's certain little things like that I had to kind of navigate through, man. But, you know, going through that stuff and going through that journey, man, it only made me stronger, and it prepared me to step into corporate America and be able to, you know, navigate some of the similar, you know, instances in that manner, man. But it was difficult, but it was a fun journey. I wouldn't change it for the world, man. And I'm just glad I was able to build that bridge for others like me to come through, and for Duke to honestly recognize, you know, some of the inequities that they may have from a cultural standpoint that don't make, you know, the environment conducive for people like us, right? So I do want to give a shout out for Duke, that they do recognize that, and they have been working since I've been there, graduated in 2015, to fix some of those cultural things. So
yeah, man. Yeah. Well, first off, man, just want to salute you for that, because like you know, that's history right there, and you should be proud of yourself. And a lot of people will be better off because of you having that experience. But that's an interesting story right there, man.